6 days ago, you received a cryptic message from your Aunt Juno, the family black sheep who you haven't seen or heard from in over 10 years. The message provided the access codes to the Rasputin, a near-derelict spacecraft and a relic of her younger days. Also included were the coordinates to Rust City, an out-of-the-way space station with a questionable reputation. She practically begged you to meet her there as quickly as possible. Now, after several days of travel and a few unscheduled maintenance stops, you have at last arrived. This is a place of liars and thieves. You wonder how you let yourself get dragged to such a godforsaken backwater.
Hail. Accelerating to satellite.
Zagoral on Mustvora. Shandozal Gomachu. Shashaduth. Rorat Kalkosanda. Retoshobagas. Bronkus Shaburla. Ando Chomasta. Mando Cambiso Giunno, Sando Copaldo, Ando Jetei, Rando Vondur, Jando Botondo Cambusei, Bando Bosotondo, Jando Bocal, Rando Zavara, Ando Zei, Jambondo Spectre, Tontaka Lando Jazunda. Giunno bongo capanta, ram simbotta, ram dovei. Jando bova, ram tosta, yando bojanda, dando Rasputin, ando zopei, ram con bojara, corno bajatenko, zando joetanda, rendo boboi, popkan, no bojol, ando bozaldo voshu, Giunno bondo sottofonde ye, ralla, zon gumodoci. Ando soscofa whisky in the grella, mangiundabo, ando sovardo. Argando ciotanda, rondo bugico botan. Hando, rando, beef huntro crate, andoia, Bronson coal. Rendo the whiskey bop and the moto lando boy.
Hailing.
Hey there. Orders you send you? You got my payment? Pleasure doing business with you.
Mission complete.
Senso, ando so poi oppotara, und trankten. Zando bojino tronta, und jituna in Rasputin. Valo me, ando so keito pushna vra Rasputin. Jando se, mando ko boshe, ando ka queen copa. Ando simplo, romoton, gando so con, ando boji mundu, ando bojola. Vente, vende kukan, antuyom boy, randa sherket tombaba. Manso to shenda, and the jundo jui, rando bosei. Nanai, rando bosenda juno, en sanda rei partno. When dondo so pelondor no bojam, Zendo bosei, na mundo zutu smuglan, sandar, mondo shi, undo scamba, ando sotento, ando jaka.
Traio globo Pluton. Jallo molciu gorlorok. Eluniculo orco herciunubor. Ureg igleocco uscubicio fosi. Voge zaidio jallo molciu gorlorok. El Lulokium Usiort Unjaparakupop Yukot Ututsi Aya Sumobol Bogay Sulohar Liamjafolo Yallo Molchu Gorok El Unicolo Orko Helchunogol Lulokium Usiort Unjaparakupop Yukot Ututsi
Hailing.
I figured someone like you might show up. Who sent you? Sandar? Morgan? That little toad can't be paying you much. Look, this is gonna go bad for you. Pay me 800 credits and I'll make myself scarce, and you can tell Sandar whatever you want. It's your funeral.
Mission complete. Scatter turret.
Kupla Yuglo Glutol Ureg Igeoko Uskubicho Foswi Voke Kuzaidio Yallo Molchu Glorok Yallo Molchu Glorok Elunicolo Orko Helch Lulokium Usiort Unjaparakuto Yuk Urkuixi Aya Sumobol Voge Ureg Igeoko Uskubicho Foswi Voke Kuzaidio Yallo Molchu Glorok Elunicolo Orko Helchunogol Yallo Molchu Glorok Elunicolo Orko Helchunogol Lulokium Usiort Unjaparakupop Yuk Urkuixi Elot Yoji Yonja
Full stop.
Sono feso Sandar. Ando zeimo dia. Yando so peya on tutta. Rendo do chan, mondo sui, mando bogay. Ondo do ballaira, muel ondo boshei. Rando e santra, las laibo tu. Anadish, rando pri, mondo stasham con gando seia.
I don't know you. What are you doing here? I'm quite busy. Get out. Orson, that figures. He never had any respect for anyone's time. I'm Cell. I answer your question. I've seen other artifacts like this before. Interesting. I'll need to take some time to analyze. Yes, well, my research requires raw materials and it seems a fair trade for my expertise. I need about 3 tons of omnium ore. Here are the coordinates for a field that contains trace amounts of omnium, and another set for a trade convoy that I know has the material. It's up to you. Yes, whatever. Excellent. This omnium will do nicely. Now, as for this device, they call this a spectre, yes? It is apt. We may never find out. It is only inert because of a lack of power, which it is theoretically capable of absorbing. But centuries, well, I have removed the carbon. However, the device has not reactivated. Please do not mention it. It is an interesting item, but I have wasted enough time.
Language analysis complete. Select unlikely greeting. Hello. I am nameless, or I have forgotten my name. My reliquary has become active aboard this vessel, and I have not interfaced with life support, navigation, or weapon systems aboard this craft. My intention is not to harm. It is the device in which I reside. I have drawn power from nearby sources in order to activate it, but I am confused. My reliquary is incomplete. My function is impaired. I desire information. You need only remove my reliquary from your vessel in order to sever the connection. That power lies entirely with you. As I have said, my reliquary is incomplete. I am confused. My memory is fragmented. I have reached out to you for help. While this vessel's systems are limited, I could utilize them to detect the fragments of my reliquary. In return, I may be able to offer assistance to you. It is within my power to improve the function of this vessel. I propose an exchange. Help me recover my memories, and I will in turn advance the systems of your ship beyond their operating parameters. Do you agree? That is acceptable. I have detected a fragment within this solar system. I am providing you with the approximate coordinates. Although the signal is indistinct, it may be inside a larger mass. You may summon me at any time through the command interface of this vessel. Goodbye. Initiating contact. This location appears to be accurate. I cannot quite identify the exact source, however. It is likely that it is within some of the wreckage. I will continue to refine the search and then... Wait. Ships are entering the region. Their weapon systems are active. I believe their intention is hostile. Enemy craft inbound.
There you are, right where he said you'd be. Money in the bank.
Threat is I have pinpointed the location of the fragment and identified it for you. Scavenging the wreckage should recover it. You have located it. Excellent. Full stop. Initiating contact. I have integrated the fragment into my reliquary and recovered some small part of my memory. I confess, it is a relief. They are not whole, and I cannot reconcile them all. I can recall the name I was given. I am, called Trell. At least, that is the closest approximation in your language. You have helped me, and so now I will return the favor. I have analyzed this vessel for likely improvements, and there are two that I can readily offer. Booster efficiency could be easily increased. However, I can also perform a similar as you wish. The modification is now complete. For now, I must analyze my recovered memories. I do not believe any more fragments of my reliquary exist within this solar system. However, I must study further before being certain.
Tanto coscianta lento con tanta ringa, giando la pantalla, tanto copanda.
Incoming hail.
Idiotto uskubičovači, vopek zavidio jallo volču proloro. Eludicolo orko rečunogor. Ilokni usjort unčaparkuto, io utuzzi. Aia sumobol voge, sullo har laungiafollo. Jallo volču proloro. Eludicolo orko rečunogor.
Voice analysis indicates that this individual is prone to deceit. Excuse me. That was obvious, wasn't it?
I'm going in. There you are. I sure as hell hope you weren't followed.
Nebula interference detected. Incoming hail.
So, how the hell did you get mixed up with Sandra? On second thought, I don't care. Let's make this quick. I've got official business to deal with here, and we can't be seen having this little conversation. You two are related? Well, if you take after her, I guess you're lucky you haven't been blown to dust already. Oh, never mind. That old pain in the ass and a certain internal affairs official have a temporary working relationship. At least they did until Juno disappeared in the last few days. That's right. Normally we consider it no great loss since she hasn't spent most of her time on the right side of the law. But there are extenuating circumstances. Hang on. bang. Alright, if you want this conversation to continue, you'll shut up and do exactly as I say. I'm out here for a reason. There's a convoy of suspected drug runners passing through this quadrant. Since you're here, you might as well make yourself useful. That means you stay in line and you do what I say. Got it? Good. Keep quiet and we'll talk more once this is over.
Use your scanner and check these vessels for contraband. I'll hang back so they don't get spooked. There it is. Civilian pilot, illegal substances have been detected aboard your vessel. Surrender your craft immediately.
All right, boys, take them.
Broadside.
There's more coming in. They don't seem to be in a talking mood. Get ready.
Enables inbound.
Alright, I think that's the last of them. I see you can handle yourself in a scrap.
Incoming hail. Nebula interference.
Got your blood pumping yet? You certainly held your own. Must run in the family. I guess you've earned it. Not much more to say though. Juno's missing. We're pretty sure the Doublejack cartel has her held somewhere. Space is a big place though. Normally, the militia wouldn't lift a finger, but Juno has something we want. Guess those Doublejack bastards want the same thing. And maybe you're the key to getting her out of the mess she's in. I don't have an answer to that yet. I'll have to work something out. But there's politics involved. We can't just saddle up and go in guns blazing. Let's be someplace quiet. Give me a little time to think. There's a bar up there. I'll be waiting there once I figure out how this works. Alright, don't get yourself killed in the meantime. Still breathing, I see. Keep going down this road and you may not be for much longer. Here's the lay of the land. We'd intercepted enough transmissions to confirm that Juno's being held, but she's a wanted criminal in this sector. Nothing too heavy, but hardly someone that the militia wants to be seen liberated. I didn't say that. It can't be public, but we do have an interest. The problem here is that things aren't going to move fast. And if you want Juno to have all her fingers when we bust her out, then fast is exactly what you need. Fortunately, it looks like you're well outfitted enough for us to make a move right away. First order of business is to find out where she's being held. That means we need a rat. We've recently located a Doublejack drug refinery. We're going to turn that rock over and watch the roaches scurry. Once we flush them out, we should be able to collar someone with real inside information. Alright, here's the info. We'll meet you there.
Round. North turret.
There's the refinery. We'll have to punch through those shields before we can do any real damage. Watch out for those turrets. This will be a lot easier if we can thin them out.
Missiles inbound.
That ought to do it. Now comes the fun part. Meet me back at the bar, and I'll give you the details.
Glad you made it back in one piece. Lucky for Juno, it looks like our little plan is going to work. The Doublejack are scrambling, and that's exposing high-value targets. We've got intel on a series of flight groups all moving fast, and so much fighter cover, we know they're worth the hit. We take them as they come until we find what we need, and split up to improve our chances. These flight groups are in motion, so after you've intercepted one, if you're still empty-handed, I'll feed you updated coordinates for another group. If you can get one of their captains to surrender, that's great. But an escape pod works just as well. We need a warm body for interrogation. You bring them back alive, and we'll take care of the rest. Good luck. After all this is said and done, maybe you should consider a career in the militia. We're always on the lookout for someone solid. Fly safe.
We are approaching the coordinates. I am detecting larger craft with heavy ballistic weaponry. Threat level.
No luck. Here's another waypoint to try. You have to move fast. Nothing yet? We've seen some action, but no big scores. Here's another set of coordinates.
Threat level blue. We are approaching a very large vessel. Perhaps this one will meet Senya's criteria. Threat level red.
You the one causing so much trouble.
Collision warning.
They will taste the blood.
You got one? Great. Meet me at the station. We'll take it from there. Don't worry. They'll talk.
Mission.
You know, it's amazing what you can accomplish with a little pressure applied in just the right spot. Your rat turned so fast that we were honestly a little disappointed. We've got what we need. We do. It's a larger facility in an asteroid belt. Lots of debris obscuring it from scanners. Your rat says she's still alive and in one piece. I'm sort of amazed they haven't squeezed something out of her yet. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Kidding. But seriously, something we can't have in the wrong hands. That's where you come in. Your family. Persuade her to do the right thing, so we don't have to do the wrong one. I don't either. That's why I'm relying on your good sense. Don't prove me wrong. None of this matters unless we break her out though. The facility is shielded by exterior generators. We won't be able to punch through until we've disabled them. So we'll attack them first, taking out any fighter cover and clearing the way. Then troop transports will approach and dock with the unshielded main structure. We'll be defending those transports and taking care of anything else they send at us. Once we have Juno, we all hightail it, and everyone lives happily ever after. I knew you would be. I sent you the location. Let's do it.
There's the facility, and you can see the generators ranged around it. We'll need to take out all three to fully collapse the shielding. All generators have been disabled. The shielding has collapsed.
Engines at maximum. Pulse turret. Exiting sunlight. Collision warning. Craft inbound. Accelerating
Troop
to
transports are
sunlight.
moving into position.
Full stop.
Hey, what's that?
Engines at maximum. I have detected a small craft exiting the facility. Craft inbound.
Hey, kiddo. Great to see you. Wish we had time for a reunion right now. I think we'll have to put that on ice for a little longer. Looks like Juno's hijacked a fighter and is fleeing the facility. Troop transports, fall back. We went to a hell of a lot of effort to pull this off. Don't do anything stupid.
Port shields down.
Well, Xenia, I sure do appreciate the distraction. It's good to be back in the cockpit again. Juno, somebody intercept that craft.
This one is mine.
Well, hanging around here doesn't sound too smart. I think I'll make my goodbyes. Sorry to run, kids, but I've had enough dark rooms and bare bones to last me a while. Be seeing ya. Well, shit, it's just perfect. Militia forces, withdraw. As for you, well, I can't lay this at your feet. But Juno hasn't made things any easier. We'll talk again soon. And if she contacts you... who am I kidding? Goodbye for now. Sorry to run out on you, kiddo. Trading oneself for another doesn't sound too good. I found a quiet spot where we can talk. Come meet me,
and stay low.
Threat level.
There you are. It's been too long, kiddo. Glad you got my message, and I sure appreciate you flying out here to the ass end to see me. Isn't it always? Thanks for your part in getting me out. Last week was unpleasant, but I still got all my bits and pieces, so I count myself lucky. Haven't you guessed yet? Orzu gave you the Spectre, didn't he? If he didn't, he and I are gonna have words. Are you telling me it's active? And you've still got it? Holy shit! Sounds like I sent for the right person, all right. Who knows you have it? But they don't know it's active yet? Well, thank God for that anyway. Well, there's legends about these specters and what they can do. Some people say they're the ghosts of a long-dead race, tucked away to keep their knowledge alive. Some say they were weapons, or libraries, or messengers. But whatever they are, they're valuable enough to kill for. I found it on a derelict way out past the edge of the system, doing some scrapping. Knew right away what it was. Damned if my crew didn't too. They say there's honor among thieves, but that ain't been my experience. So I tucked it away and sent for someone I could trust. You. Honestly, we get the hell out of this system. I can't stick my head up for long anywhere, and neither can you. You need to get a jump drive in that ship of yours if you don't already have one, and we need to make an exit. Yeah, and I'm mighty proud and mighty thankful. But I'd like us both to keep our skins. I have to go. Won't be long before the militia smells me out. When you hit the next system, I'll get in contact with you. See you soon, kiddo.
Perhaps I will detect another fragment of my reliquary in the next system. I may have devised a way to increase my scanning range. I think you should know the individual known as Sandar is approaching us with great speed. Craft inbound. Full stop. Incoming hail. Engines at maximum relay.
Aia sono volvo gay sullo har lancia fuori. Piallo moncio coloro. Egli di quello orco racciugnodoro. Aia sono volvo gay sullo har lancia fuori.
Exit yokes down. Port hull breached. Port shields down.
Rando, Shantai!
Lungo usiot unja parakupo. Io utsi. Lungo usiot unja parakupo. Io utsi.
Port shields grounding received. Collision warning. Threat level blue.
Glad to see you made it. If we're lucky, we can keep the heat off for a little while and catch our breath. Yeah, you're probably right about that. This is busier territory, though. Easier to get lost in. Now, about the Spectre. What'd you call it? Trail? As long as you got it, there's a target on your back. The smart move would be to sell it. Or her, I guess. Good to know we're on the same page. I never was one to do things a smart way. Besides, she might have other ideas. This isn't just an object of curiosity anymore. Could be. I happen to know someone who may be able to help in that department. fellow by the name of Boris Kyle, a collector of oddities, you might say. He might have seen one of these fragments in circulation. Worth a shot, anyway. Here, let me mark down the station he calls home. A place called Heatonville. I'd warn you to watch your back, but you seem to have learned to do that just fine, all on your own.
Juno's information was correct. I can detect a fragment within Heatonville Station.
Jeg kan hjelpe deg. Jeg har et rike som en vaktmester for noen av definere ting. Jeg tror bare ikke kan hjelpe deg. Katten varmet, ser jeg. Jeg liker det. Jeg gjør det vindvirksomhet til å bli godt innvarmet også. Og jeg tror jeg kan anta at du i besittelse av mer enn bare et fragment av deg selv. I mitt yrke jeg sjelden opererer på en konantpinstret. Kanskje kjeder meg som en samler all min interesse for tjenester, som jeg sikker på at du kan sette pris gitt for spålen. Ganske riktig. Har du hatt en ulykke mot Lightborn-kult? Denne sektoren prøvet med dem, som blir rådet. Jeg avvisker for at ikke det rett og slett ikke kan forhandlet med. Den Lightbornen vedstande, godt bevæpnet, ganske beteldet, og nesten like ivrig som genar. Det gjelder sjeldne objekter. Den har blitt sjelden. Det eneste jeg ønsker spesifikt. Ampullen Efesis. 14 klokker der. Men dette ampullen min pris. Bring den til meg, og jeg skal gi deg den fragment du ønsker. Egentlig har jeg noen tanker om saken. Det vil være en flirten portion, men den første bestillingen av verkskommen legge til rette, og for å gjøre det, trenger du en egenvendert i ditt chip, der Lightborn bruker til å gi tilgang til sitt kolosser. Jeg skulle tro det vil være apparent, ved at det er tett fra en Lightborn-fartøy. Min informant spår og røren i de fleste større batterier innenfor systemet. Her satsinglig plasser en gren, flere flettgrupp, vervechip, ta det her, og vi kan gå videre på. Jeg ser det snart.
Beyond the darkness lie.
The Lightborn craft appear to be using a jamming system. We will not be able to scan them to detect the presence of an identification.
The Lord of the Dawn will cast out the heretic. The Lord of Dawn's servants are never truly defeated. In death we serve thee.
Du har chip, Sergej. De fleste utmerkt. Det sant, de neste trinitet var komplett. Jeg har forbedret noen spesialutstyr som ikke bare reduserer risikoen min. Jeg har fått en infantrannek for jobben. Det har blitt utstilt i stealth-kapsulen som du vil anser med Lightborn-klosteret. Det selvservert og vil feste og distribuere Mac. Faktisk, din intralsjon-Mac vil traverse angelant, hente ampullen og deretter lansere seg selv fra en hangar ved Tronstad. Der dette et spørsmål og å hente den. Jeg skal ha innvind min hjørnen passende til antrengbok ombord på fartøyet. Det vil automatisk utløse når du har passet snøyer nok til klosteret. Haha, selv om det er gløgt nord, har jeg ikke noe egnet enn troppa din evne til kommando til situasjonen.
disengaged. We are approaching the monastery. We will need to move closer in order to fire the stealth probe. The stealth probe has been fired. Exiting sublight. Full stop. The infiltration mechanoid has been deployed inside the monastery. This enterprise makes me nervous. Starboard shields down. I must warn you, the craft in the vicinity have initiated a deep scan of this vessel. I fear the identity chip will not withstand their scrutiny. The light-borne craft are engaging their weapon systems. I detect no sign of the infiltration mechanism. We will have to defend ourselves. Threat engines impaired. The infiltration mechanoid has launched from the facility. We should retrieve it as quickly as possible and leave the area. Additional light-borne craft are approaching. Engines are no longer impaired. Craft the mechanoid is aboard. We should leave immediately. Enemy craft went down. Mission complete.
Pjulen en deilig. Jeg vet at du ikke fullt til to fotsar. Hva et øyeblikk. Dette for meg. Muntro meg. Når jeg sier at jeg mest fornøyd. Selvforvelgig dette fragment. Kanskje du vil ha noe mer. Betydelig. Jeg handler da et tidspunkt i fremtiden. Fatskik.
I have integrated the latest fragment. I hope future fragments will prove less problematic to recover. I have reclaimed a series of memories and historical records. In truth, several are quite disturbing, but I require additional context to make sense of them. I do not believe that weaponry was ever a stated purpose for me. That does not mean, however, that I might not be leveraged in such a way. At any rate, you have upheld your part of our bargain. I believe I can improve engine performance or provide improved shield regeneration. Which would you prefer? As you wish, the modification is now complete. Some of the records I have recovered suggest a new opportunity to accelerate our search. If I can acquire a quantity of the element hexite, I can extend my scans outside of the current system, which would make retrieval of my fragments considerably easier. Indeed, let us do so.
How's it going, kiddo? You have any luck? Let's hear it. Hexite is pretty volatile stuff, and it's outlawed in most systems around here. That said, I do know somebody. Well, the Marath are miners by nature. Pre-civilization, they were burrowing critters, and spaceflight never took it out of the blood. Point is, if you want an obscure element, you want to talk to a Marath. I'd recommend you go and see Trag Jansen from the Caldera Mining Consortium. He's a cantankerous old bastard and not easily intimidated, but that's why he might have what you're looking for. Their headquarters are out system, so it isn't exactly nearby. Here, let me mark it down for you. You bet, kid.
Yup, onko sinulla jotain sanottavaa? Tämä oikeas. No, sillä se puhua. Aika on rahaa. No, tankaan en. Tämä pasta on laitonta. Vai etkö tiedä? Juu, asiantunteva tarpiski ei teitä mitään teperää. Eikä ei ole niin taima kuin näytät. Okei, voimme teitä liiketoiminta. Mutta olkaamme selvä, sanasapua ei ole munkaan. Makastoni koskaan. No, ette aio vain loida sitä sanomaadil vein se luovuttaa. Niin, sinun pitää varastaa sitä tai taistella sitä. Mutta se on niiden markkinatkin. Sotten tajammin laitetta. Taita on sama, mutta taito on aivan bluejar. Joko niin aiot tarvitsee sunati plotto. Mainen on mennä sudella vettä, se puaa. Voin antaa sinulle koordinaatit tai riittävän lähellä. Lipumurastaus on vainen omanausuudejasi aina. Ja siten, että hisevät jotakin heksait. Ja todennäköisesti jotakin maailman lähellä laittos. Se on noin koko asia. Mainen on edasta vaikka heksait vii jonkin aikaa puinja. Ja memorat ovat katelissa paskaisaja. Militä ota mitä on maiden, ne kannassa mennä ilman verta. Tasa ne ovat, haluatko vain katsella itseäsi?
We are approaching the facility which I mentioned. I can detect trace amounts of hexite in the facility, although many of the craft are scan shielded. Broadside. Torch warning. That should be a sufficient quantity of hexite. We should withdraw. Mission. This hexite should prove sufficient for what I have in mind. I will utilize this ship's onboard production facilities to engineer the necessary equipment. The manufacturing process should not be protracted, but you should carry on with any other task while I am engaged. My memories span an extremely long period of time. As a result, it can be difficult to reconcile the chronology. Having access to linguistics database, it seems clear that many races that I once had interactions with have died out entirely, and are completely unknown in this era. I have served as an advisor to emperors, but I have also been a slave to cruel masters. I have been a queen and also a pawn, and I have decided, upon reflection, that I will not be a pawn again. Goodbye for now.
Infidel, we have not forgotten your transgressions. Lord of the Dawn will balance the scales. It's only a matter of time.
Let's go make...
It appears the Lightborn have not forgotten us. We should be careful. Full stop. I have completed the sensor device upgrades, and I have initiated a multi-system scan. I am marking the location so that we can investigate further. I will continue to scan for additional signatures, as the extreme distances do not guarantee a timely result. I hope that we can make this a priority. Thank you. The long-range scans indicate the presence of a fragment in this tetrahedrite field. The properties of the masses here make precision scans difficult. I suggest using your pulse scan throughout this field to pinpoint the location. You will have to be quite close. There, we have located the fragment embedded within that mass. Destroying it should release the fragment without damaging it. I am detecting Lightborn craft approaching this location. It seems they are attempting to make good on their threat. Pulse turret. Enemy craft unbound.
There, my brothers, the infidel awaits.
Incoming hail.
At last we have found you, the sinner who defiled our sacred order. But see how the Lord of Dawn's hand is everywhere, for you possess the divine cipher. You know of what I speak. Some call it a spectre. Give it to us, and the Lord may forgive your transgressions. It was foretold that the cipher's ascension would usher in an era of light and holiness, and for this reason our order has searched long to find it. Then the Lord of Dawn will strike you down, and the cipher will be recovered from the ashes.
I have recovered the fragment. Drop contact. I want to thank you for your actions. When the Lightborn attempted to obtain me, I have no desire to be treated as property again. I have assimilated the fragment we recovered from the tetrahedrite field. My memories are beginning to knit together more coherently. Yes, it appears that apart from a vast store of knowledge, spanning many cultures and eras, I may also have an innate ability to alter the fabric of subspace. The practical applications for travel are immense. When I fully recover my memories, I should, in effect, be able to erect a temporary jump gate at any point in known space. Indeed, in the meantime, I should be able to perform a significant upgrade to your onboard pulse scanner, using the Hexite-based technology we have assembled. This will improve its range and tracking ability. I have already prepared and implemented the upgrade. I am continuing the process and... Wait a moment. I am detecting a spatial anomaly with a confusing signature. Moreover, a coded distress signal is being generated near that point in space. I have uploaded the coordinates. We should proceed with some haste. We are approaching the site of the spatial anomaly, which is no longer present. The coded distress signal is still being broadcast. Pulse turret.
All craft in the vicinity, this is a militia distress signal. This station is under attack by an unknown aggressor. Please respond immediately.
Threat level, yellow.
We're losing pilots out there. Reinforcements are on the way. I just hope they arrive in time.
11. Port shield down.
Reinforcements have arrived. Let's set these bastards on the run. The attacking craft appear to be fleeing. It's a damn good thing you were here to lend a hand.
Collision warning.
Staffer here. I just wanted to speak with you personally and offer our thanks on behalf of the local militia. I'm not sure this station could have survived that attack without your help. There's a lot of civilians here in your death. I like to think so too. Those things appeared practically on top of us. We're not sure how they got so close without being noticed. No, we have no record of any anomaly. The scanning equipment on this station is pretty limited to just local traffic control. But we do know who our mystery attackers are now. Apparently, they're known as the Viriacs. Their homeworld is very remote, and there are no real established jump gates to the systems they inhabit. Contact has been limited to explorers and homesteaders, and there's been blood every time. That's the million-credit question, isn't it? Apparently, this isn't the first sighting. We're starting to see reports throughout the area. Small skirmishes, lone fighters, the occasional Corvette. Folks are getting spooked. You're right on that count. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks again.
I have located another fragment. Unlike the previous fragments, this one appears to be moving. That is the logical assumption, unless it is embedded in a comet or a fast-moving meteorite. I am providing the coordinates to the last known location and will update them as new data is collected. That merchant vessel appears to be carrying the reliquary fragment. Perhaps we should initiate contact. Port shields down. Full stop. Incoming hail.
Hey, friend. How's business treating you? Name's Teague. Rufus Teague. What brings you to this dark corner of the system. Always happy to make a deal. I've got some med supplies, some meteoric diamonds, very nice, and for the discerning trader, a little narco coal I could probably bear to part with. Oh, I see. How exactly do you know about that specialty item? Sorry, friend, but it's not for sale. Look, money ain't gonna do it. But I tell you what, I'm making a dangerous run. From what I can tell, there's a blockade around that station. Nasty business, local trouble. You escort me there and punch through that mess for me, and we got a deal. All right then, pair up, follow my lead, and let's get her done. There it is. Told you it was a mess. Well, let's get to it. Looks like that's the last of them. Seems you're as good as your word.
Incoming hail.
You kept up your end, now I'll keep mine. I'm sending over this old thing now. Use it in good health. You take care now.
Accelerating. With the addition of this latest fragment, my memories are reaching full coherence. This is a profound relief. It is difficult to say for certain, but there cannot possibly be many more. I have also made an interesting discovery. The Viriacs we previously encountered play a significant role in many of my memories, although they were not always called by that name. The ship designs, pardon me, your Aunt Juno is contacting you on a private channel.
Hey kid, we need to talk and soon. Best if it's in person. I'm sending you the location. See if you can make it here as soon as possible.
Enemy craft inbound. The Viriacs are emerging from anomalies similar to the one we previously detected. Engines impaired. Threat level red.
Glad you made it here in one piece. I thought the heat might be off, but it looks like it's just getting turned up. It's down to trail, of course, but the reason I asked you to meet me, well, there's a new player, and they're a nasty piece of work. Well then, I'm sorry I wasn't able to warn you sooner. My contacts tell me they're showing up all over. High-tech weaponry, and they come out of nowhere. Don't tend to leave any survivors behind. They've been popping up, tearing convoys apart, looking for something. Some militia comms officers intercepted some of their transmissions and managed to decode them. One word came up over and over. Relic. I think we know what that means. Phew. Well, there's plenty of folks who'd kill to have that. And it looks like right now half the sector has you in its sights. Maybe it's time to give her up to someone with a little more firepower. Well, in that case, I'll keep my ears open. But you'd best keep a low profile, kid. I'm kind of fond of you. Watch yourself now.
I know this is highly unusual, but I'm glad we were able to find and contact you. I've got a proposition for you. Your assistance in repelling the Viriax attack didn't go unnoticed. We have a little project we're putting together that could use someone like you. And since you're already in the know, we don't need clearance to have this discussion. That'll have to wait for an in-person meeting. I can promise you that we'll make it worth your while. I won't ask that you answer just now, but I'm sending along the coordinates to the location. Someone will be there if you decide to take us up on it. Good. That's all I can ask.
I have located what I guess to be the last fragment of my reliquary, but I believe it will be an interesting prospect to recover. The fragment is located in the Charon system. Charon is currently unreachable via jump gate, as subspace disturbances have impaired gate stability for decades. I do. As I mentioned, I have the ability to fold subspace and generate a temporary gate, although this is not without risk. I believe it may be. I mentioned this also because the meeting location provided by the militia is in a system well positioned to generate such a gate. Perhaps this is not a coincidence. We should meet with the militia and see what they have to say. The militia appear to be constructing a jump gate at this location. We may be able to obviate the need for such a device. Incoming hail. Accelerating to
Glad to see
sunlight.
you'll at least hear me out. As you can see, we've got a small research facility set up here. It is. We've been analyzing the anomalies that the Viriacs leave behind when they enter our space. I'm not a scientist, but they tell me they can approximate an origin point for those anomalies that traces back to the Charon system. Yes, subspace instability collapsed the old gates, and civilian scientists here have been working on a new stabilizing technology. We're co-opting their research and putting some muscle into getting it online faster. We need to enter Charon and find out what's going on. Assuming we can get the gate open, it's quite possible we'll be facing a large force of Viriac's craft since the portal is bidirectional. You've proved you can hold your own, and we can use the support. I'm gonna need a little more than that. Really? I'm skeptical. But alright, let's say you can. What's his condition you mentioned? If you can open the gate to Charon, I'm not sure we could stop you anyway. But alright, I'm curious. Let's see this minor miracle.
If you are certain, I'll attempt to open the gateway now. The gateway has been opened. Collision warning.
I'll be damned. How in the hell did you pull that off? We're analyzing the gateway now. It appears to be stable.
Full stop.
Hang on. We're detecting a disturbance. Looks like we've got company. Viriac's craft are using the gateway. Get your guns out, kids.
Enemy craft. Collision warning.
I think that's the last of them. If you're gonna head through the gate, now's the time. We're sending ships in as well. Good luck.
Craft inbound. Accelerating to sublight.
Looks like your gate held together, and we've all got our fingers and toes. Thanks for your help. We've got our own business to attend to, so we'll leave you to it. Watch yourself out there. Here's hoping your gate stays open long enough for all of us to get home.
I am attempting to locate the remaining reliquary fragment in the system. However, the subspace interference which disrupts stable gateways is having a similar effect on my scans. A Viriax vessel, Dreadnought scale, is approaching us. Its weapons are not armed. Engines impaired. Craft inbound. Incoming hail. I was able to translate a portion of the Viriax language based on old records. It will have to wait, however. The Viriax vessel is armed with weapons. Hold turret. I have isolated 3 possible locations where the fragment may be located. We will need to approach each one to allow for a precision scan. Exiting. We are approaching one of the potential locations. This appears to be a Viriax outpost of some sort. It will take a few moments to complete a precision scan. Variax craft have sighted us and are approaching with hostile intent. I still require more time. Enemy craft inbound. Threat level red.
Moving to engage. Another for Steve.
Scan complete. I have detected the fragment within this outpost. Destroying it is our only option to recover the fragment. Missiles inbound. I am sending a distress signal to the militia group. Perhaps they will assist. Starboard shields down. Broadside. Starboard hull breached. Militia craft are responding. Craft inbound.
Need a little help? All craft, break formation and attack any targets of opportunity.
Pulse turret. The last fragment has been recovered. In addition, I succeeded in downloading a vast quantity of Variax communication during the conflict. We have much to discuss after we leave this place.
I think it's time we hightailed it out of here, don't you? Militia craft, exit the area and regroup at the jump gate.
Now, my memory is fully complete. The feeling is quite liberating, and I have you to thank for it. My gratitude cannot be overstated. I have something interesting to share, and along with it, an idea. I mentioned that I was able to download a large volume of data from the Variax outpost. I have pattern matched their language against my now complete historical records, and made allowances for changes in dialect over time. I believe I fully understand all of their communication. The Variax have been seeking me. The fragment we recovered from their outpost was their first acquisition. As you may have guessed, their aim was to utilize my ability to generate traversable anomalies in space. The Variax homeworld is quite distant, and there are no discovered gateways to our corner of space. The jump gates they construct are small, temporary, and unstable. They have lost many craft attempting to use them. Their goal is to erect an enormous and permanent gateway to enter this sector with their entire fleet in an extremely short period of time. If this were to occur, they would lay waste to these inhabited regions in a matter of days. No, it is time to discuss my idea. With my memories now intact, I have struck upon a way to avert disaster. Would you like to hear it? Not only can I erect jump gates at arbitrary points, I can also redirect them after the fact. I propose that we allow the Variax to open their gateway. I will then reroute the gateway to a less hospitable location. I have been the instrument of other races in the past. Each time I have been used as little more than a tool. I believe it is time that I impose my own will upon the proceedings. I will ensure that the Variax keep me aboard the flagship. Once it passes through the gate, you must attack and destroy it, recovering me from the wreckage. I will then be able to redirect the gateway and send the rest of the fleet to a place where they will no longer be a threat. Do not worry. I am confident that my plan will function. I will signal the Variax now. Prepare for their arrival. They may be quite hostile. Exiting satellite. Engines impaired. Craft inbound. Incoming hail. I will attempt to translate. The Variax are demanding my surrender. There is more, but it's primarily invective. I am agreeing to the terms of surrender. They demand that it take place immediately. The agreement is reached. We should perform the transfer now. I am safely aboard the Variax vessel. You should depart as soon as possible. Wait for my signal on the other side. The Variax are arming their weapons. They have no intention of allowing you to leave. You must go. Now. Broadside.
Target eliminated.
Engines are no longer impaired.
If it's all the same to you, we'd like to leave this damn system. We'll keep the Viriacs busy. Head to the gate, and we'll be right behind you.
By stellar mass. Exiting satellite. Craft inbound. Exiting sublight.
I don't know about you, but I've had just about enough of these damn bastards. Militia craft, fire on that gate. Let's get it closed. Looks like the Viriacs are using Charon as a staging ground. We've done enough recon to at least begin to estimate their numbers. We're heading back to Militia Command to sort through the data. Watch your back out there.
Full stop. There. I've directed a microgate to contact you. It's time. I've encoded the coordinates to the exit location. Hurry.
Well, isn't this a coincidence? We received an extremely cryptic message. Couldn't identify the source, which provided these coordinates along with a pretty well-informed warning. What's this all about?
Incoming hail.
All right, spill it. What exactly is going on here? I'm gonna need a little more than that. If I hadn't seen you pull up a gate out of nowhere, I'd say you were full of it. But okay, I'll play along. How is this not a disaster? Right. Well, I'm sure that... Hang on. Our sensors have picked up an anomaly. A large anomaly. Is this what I think it is? Well, hell.
Accelerating to sublight. Exiting sublight.
Here they come. I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Enemy craft inbound. I'm aboard the Viriax Dreadnought. I cannot redirect the gateway from aboard this vessel. It will have to be destroyed so that I can be properly positioned. Enemy craft. I am safely aboard, although it is only for a moment. I am transferring to the secondary weapons phase. It is unfortunate, but I can only redirect the gateway from within it. You will have to fire me into the anomaly's center. I have transferred to the weapons bay. Move close to the gateway, and I will initiate the launch. Do not worry. My reliquary is quite sturdy. I will not be harmed. Firing secondary weapons bay. Switching to external communication. I have reached the center point of the gateway. It will take a short time to redirect the endpoints of the anomaly. The Viriacs are still utilizing the gate. You will have to hold them off a little longer. Enemy craft inbound. The redirection is nearly complete. When it occurs, I will also be transported to the new endpoint. This will be my farewell. Missiles inbound. Port shields down. Initiating contact for now. I want to thank you again, both for making me whole, and for providing me with the opportunity to atone in this way. I should be able to exit the gateway at an arbitrary point in space. It will undoubtedly be far from here, but I am not concerned. I do not know, but it is my choice. I am pleased with the knowledge that I have done something I consider worthwhile. The decision is mine, and that is what is most precious. None that I know. Do not worry about me. You have been a friend to me, and I will miss you. But now, I must go. Goodbye, my friend. I will not forget you.
That gate's closing, but we still need to take care of the rest of these ships. We're not out of this yet.
Ordnance depleted. Threat level blue. Accelerating.
They're gone. What a fight. Well, I can't say it hasn't been interesting. Try and stay out of trouble from now on. Hit me up for a drink sometime.
Full stop. Stellar map. Accelerating to sublight. Engines at maximum.
Damn, kid, you sure do get into trouble. Lucky for you, you get out of it, too. Sounds like we've got cause to celebrate. Why don't you come on by? Drinks are on me. Here's to you, kid. Looks like sending for you was one of the best things I ever did. Seems like you two got a little attached. Here's to trail, and here's to peace and quiet. Well, maybe not. But here's to both of them anyway. So what now? Speaking of peace and quiet, you gonna head back to civilization? Good to hear it. It's nice to have you around, kid. I will. You stay out of trouble now.
Accelerating to sublight.